throw and throws. So we have these three, and we have another key, means these all things are called as keywords, right? So now we have another keywords which is like final and finally and finalize. Okay, so these are the very important keywords which we need to understand the basic differences between these, and then the people might be asking you another set of keywords which is super and this. Actually, these are very important the keywords, but this we can't tell in a theoretical way. So it would be better we implement and then say this so that you'll understand. At least these things you can keep it in a theoretical way, we can understand on it. And yesterday, as I told you, so I hope you have been written the bullet pointers on this particular throw and throws. So what is throw, where it would be used, what is the syntax of the throw, and then what is the positioning of this particular throws or the propagation of this particular throw. So those we have been discussed yesterday, right? So today I'll be getting started with this here, and then let's see how many things will be completed for today. Okay, and if it is done, then we will get started with the next topic, which is a crushers. Okay, so first one is final. So the name itself, it is saying it as final. Now, this particular final name can be given in front of three things. One is, means it is like a prefix, okay, in front of class, in front of method, in front of variable.
Yes, yeah. Thank you for the language.
Any questions? Okay, so here you can see that in front of class, method, and variables. Now, if you've given final in front of a class, this is where the people will be asking you the question when they're asking about this particular thing. So when you given a final keyword in front of a class, now what it will happen, in front of a method, what it would be happen, and in front of a variable, what it will happen. Let me see that from the variable point of view. So then you can understand what it will happen for the class level. First, when I have been defined a particular variable, so now how I'll be defining a variable? Int a equal to 100. Okay, so now I'll be defining this particular variable. So now immediately I can change this particular a value to 50. This is possible, right? Now when I do this is out, so when I'm printing the value of a, so the a value is 50. It prints me 50, right? Now what I wanted to do is, hey, at any cost, you shouldn't change my number. So for an example, my I have my in car number. Okay, so it is 6336. Okay, okay, I don't want to give it as a string, right? Okay, so now here this is 666. Now I don't want to change this particular number at all. What I need to do, I need to come in front of this one and then give the final. See, this final. Final means final. You can't change the value of that. So that is what it talks about. The final means if the value you wanted to be, make it as a constant, and then it can't be changed any more further. See, now at this point of time, so when you wanted to give this particular control, a equal means, for example, the car number equal to 3663. If I wanted to change this one, this will not happen. It will throw me the error message. In this case, it will allows you, but in this case, it will throw me the error message. So this is what the final keyword plays. So the final keyword always, okay, final keyword always, it would be the final value. It can't change that particular value. So now here you can use any data type. It is a string, integer, whatever it might be. In front of any particular variable, if you keep the final keyword, then you can't change the value of this one. the value of that particular variable. So that is what happens in terms of final variable. Now, next coming to the method. When you given in terms of a method signature, so public, static, final, and the method name, when you have been given on this one, at any cost, at any cost, this method can't be overridden. So we will be having that particular overriding, right? Overriding concept. What is overriding?
So in the inheritance, when we have the same name in both parent class and child class, when we call the method, the child class will override the parent class.
So when so it will be having the same name, same argument, but in a child class. So when you wanted to the child class method will override the parent class method. Means in the same means parent class and child class, I'll have the same method name, same parameters. Then the child class method will override the parent class method. Now, if at all in the parent class, if I have given it as a final, means wantedly we are doing this, means at any cost, none of the people don't wanted to override me at that point of time. We'll be defining this particular final intent of that particular method name, so that this particular method can't be overridden. So that is where the final would be used over here. Got it? If we given final intent of variable, if we given final intent of the method, so when we given the final keyword intent of the method, definitely it would be not be overridden. And if it is given in the variable, it can't be, sorry,
We can't
it can't
change.
be changed. Okay, the last but not least, which is a class. So now when you given a final keyword in front of the class, now what it will happen. So this particular class can't be extended. Class itself, you can't do the extending for this one. So this is how this particular final keyword would be implemented and then used for it. Okay, so quickly do one quick exercise for you all. So create a final class, final method, final variable. Okay, take 5 minutes of time. Just a simple thing, right? So now create the final class and then try to extend this. What the error message you're getting it. First, you start with the variable. In a class, you create a variable, and then that variable, if you're given final, can you change that particular variable or not? And if you have the parent class method giving that final, and try to override this one, create that exercise. So now you have another 5 minutes, 9:20, we will continue on this one. Okay, and 9:20 you can share the screen, and then you can show me so how you have been implemented, because once you implement it, then you can remember for a longer time. So for finally, and anyways, finally you have already implemented, finalize, just you need to know the differences. Then even for this particular super also we will do on it. So quickly do that and then show it to me. Okay, let's share the screen. So who wanted to share the screen? Deepanjana, share the screen. You're on mute.
Sir, I haven't. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are.
1 second.
You're still doing or you're done?
Sir, my method implementation has not been done yet.
Okay, anyone
What
else done?
happened?
Sir,
Sir,
I
my
did.
screen got froze.
Is visible, sir?
Yes, it is. Okay, just hold on for another couple of minutes. Others also to be done, right? Just we'll wait for another 2 minutes. Yes, share the screen. Go ahead, please. Pranta, share the screen.
Sir, here class A1, I did final. So in when we are trying to extend with A1 with B1, we are
Mm-hmm.
getting the exception.
What the
Remove
exception? You
final,
show that exception.
remove final modifier of A1.
See, when you try to extend when extends that particular class, it is throwing that, hey, you first you remove the final keyword, then only it can be extends. Now, when it comes to the variable, so now here you can define the variable as final int variable, right? It's okay. That can be understandable. Now let's go for the variable level. So when you have been defined that particular number, so you remove that space. Hmm.
Sir, it is providing syntactical error. I do not understand why.
It is throwing that error, but it is not throwing you the, okay, you just remove that final keyword in front of it. Save. You have been given colon or semicolon. Remove that one and then once again given it. Give it. Give the semicolon. Save. Was you need to understand one thing. How can you give this particular
14th
things
slide.
in put inside the method? You see the braces where you have been kept it. Line number 9. Remove that braces. Keep after 14. Keep in the 15 line. That's the reason. Follow the indentation. See, Control A, Control Shift F. Now you will understand where you have been done with things. Okay. So now why you are getting this? Now you can give the final in front of line number 9. Save and intend.
Is it coming for A1 method, sir? I be for A1 method it is giving.
Remove the final in front of A1. Now you see it.
Okay.
So now what it happened? So here when we have been given on this one, so it was asking that to remove the final. Because when you have been given it is a final, always you need to, you can't change the value. So we have been seen from the class level and we have seen from the variable level. Any questions? Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we need to go for the method level. So now in this particular method, in a class 1, we have been given this A1. Okay. Now come to the class B, save. And remove this particular. Now, if you see here, when we given with the same method name, so remove here final. Okay. So now you can just hover that error message. So what it was trying to say that can't be overwritten the final method from the A1. Okay, in the A1 class, you'll be having this one, right? So you're just trying to say that you can't hover this one. Okay. So this is how this particular final keyword will be working across. So we have been seeing this particular final keyword from the method level, class level, and then variable level. Any questions? And I'm telling you, right? So this is really very important. So the people will be asking. So that's the reason I asked you to implement this one. Okay. Let's go for the next topic. So stop sharing screen, Pranta.
Thank you, sir.
Now, let me share this. So hope you are able to see the screen now, right? So this is where we have been discussed about this particular final keyword. Now, the next one is finally. So now we have been seeing it, right? Try, catch, and finally. Means if the code executed here, it will come to the final. And then it will execute these particular statements. If the code, when there is an interruption, it went to the catch block. Okay, even from the catch block, definitely it will execute it. It is no matter that whatever the statements it executes, either it executes the try block or it executes the catch block. At the end of this day, it will execute the statements of finally, and then it will go out of this particular statements. So this is how the finally block would be implemented. I think you have been implemented this particular try catch finally, right? So always you need to remember that either you implement try catch statements or catch block statements, for sure it is mandatory that the statements which you have been given in the finally it would be executed. So you have to be a little bit cautious when you're defining these particular statements in the finally block. So this is how the finally block will be executed for us. Clear? So as we discussed already, so that's the reason I'm not spending much time on this one. So now what is final? So final will be defined in these particular three ways, and finally is in the exceptions. Okay, and then finalize. Now what is this particular finalizers? Finalize is a method. What this particular method will do is, it is like a means destructor. So at the end of the complete executions, we'll be calling this particular finalize method. So finalize is a method, finally is a block, final is a keyword. So this is what the difference is between these three. So final is a keyword. So finally is a block in the exceptions. Finalize is a method. Now this method, what it will try to do is, it destructs the complete objects. In the older Java, usually we will be creating this particular object, right? So we need to destroy this particular objects. Now this is taken care by GC, which is garbage collector. Now what it will try to do is, so this particular garbage collector, instead of this particular garbage collector, so this will be taken care, and then this finalize method will be taken care, and then it will take care of destroying all. So usually we will be calling this method in the previous methods, but nowadays we will not do this one, because by default the GC will be taking care of this. So this is how this particular garbage collector would be here to take care of this.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Sorry for the
Yes.
interruption. Can you explain the code? I will share the screen. I have that program, but I'm not understand.
Sure, share the screen.
Yes. This is the program, sir.
Align the code. First align the code, Rajalakshmi. Control A, Control Shift F. See, this should be your by default practice. You should do it.
Yes, sir. Yes. Sorry, sir.
Okay. But see, it is not really. See, that is what I'm trying to say it, right? So why you wanted to use that method now? By default, the garbage collector will take care of this one, right? This is for older versions of Java where
Yes,
they
sir.
don't have this particular garbage collector. But why you wanted to implement that?
I'm trying the keywords. That's why I tried this program.
What is your question there then?
Whether it is cleaning the resources or not, that is the doubt.
That's a backend, right? How you can see that?
Okay, okay.
See,
That's it. Nothing.
so usually we'll be having an object ID. So now you can go for the watch. In the watch, you can see that one. So keep a debugger pointer on the line number 25, so that the object would be created. So once the object is created, for that particular object, you'll be having certain IDs. So those things you can see on this.
Okay.
So there you can see that that particular object is destroyed. But usually, see, now this is a completely a backend mechanism which it will happen, so that we can't see that one with a on from the virtual point of view.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so any other pointers?
Nothing, sir. That's it.
Okay, fine. So then, any questions on this one? Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, so then let me take you through the next topic. Yes, this is little bit. You have to be very much cautious. The same way how we have been implemented now, we'll be going to talk about this particular super and this. Now here we have been seeing this final, finally, and finalize. Now we are going to see the super and this one. So I wanted everyone to be active. See, I wanted to do this exercise for today because I may mislead. So that's the reason I just wanted you people to implement this one directly. So these are two keywords, super and this. Mostly, well, not mostly, 100% this would be used in terms of the inheritance concept, right? So now I'll be having a parent class and a child class. And then when I was using this one, when to use super or what is super means what is exactly the super and then this. See, majority of this super and this, if you search in the Google, they will let you know how to access the variables and methods of that particular classes. But the topic which it is not there in the Google, I'll be trying to explain you, because this is only comes in the real-time experience only. In the real time, when you're trying to use it, which class I need to access. So first of all, you need to know about how we can access this particular constructors and all. So once you access the constructor, respective methods and then variables can be accessed with that. Okay, so accessing of the parent class and child class methods appropriately would be happen in terms of super and then this. So that is a basic purpose. Now, what is the basic purpose of a super or this particular this is? It will help you to appropriately, means respectively access. What are the means it can access? It can access the respective methods and respective variables. Okay. Now, first let's see what is this super and what is this. Okay, step by step you need to implement it. See, once again I'm saying it. I'll explain and I'll ask you to implement. You people need to implement on this one. So be cautious and don't do it. Now you have a particular class. Okay, in this particular class you need to do first. I'll be doing it with a multi classes in the same class. Okay, so that it would be easy for you. I define particular first. Okay, so one particular first class. So I'll be saying that F class, first class. Okay, now I'll be defining second class S class. Okay, now I have class runner. So from this one, I'm going to run this particular class. Okay, in the same class file, I'll be defining three classes. So multi classes. So just for your explanation, because if you have different classes creating it will try to mislead you. Now, if I create, means I wanted to create an object. Okay, I'll be creating an object for S class. Obj equal to new S class. So the object would be created, but here in this particular class I don't have any specific things to call. Right now, let me create one constructor for this particular class. Okay, so now the constructor for this one class, public S class. Okay, here I'll give the SYSO saying that I am in S class. Now when I execute this program, what it will print me the output.
I am in S class.
Okay, I'm in S class. It will be
I
printed.
am in S class.
Now I have another constructor overloading. We have been discussed, right? Constructor overloading. I'll be passing this one as string. What the string you can give name. Okay, so here you'd be writing it sysort. I'm in S class Java. Okay, so or here you can keep it as a string language, so that I'll be keeping it as language. So now if I pass a parameter here, okay, not Java, so I'll be keeping it as language. And here if I'm writing the Java string, if I have been passed on it, so this particular constructor would be called for, right? So now said that if I have been created this particular class, it would be done like this, right? Now this is the step number 1 implementation. Can you quickly do this? Just only 2 minutes. Same class, create one class, second class, and third class, and then show it to me. Because I'll go step by step. Because if I tell you all the things at one shot, it might confuse you. 2 minutes. Quickly create that. Created. Is it created?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Vinod, share the screen.
Sir, 2 more minutes, sir. Add interval.
Bhavna Sai. Done?
Yes, sir.
Share the screen. Share the screen.
Sir, my system is little bit slow, so wait, sir.
Where is the constructors?
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Can I, sir?
Share the screen, Vishnu.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now you've seen it, right? In the classes, so now you execute the program. So what it was trying to print. So now right click. You're executing other program. Right click, Java, run as, yes, run configurations. Actually, you have been given that particular
I think
run this particular class. No. It will not execute. Always it will execute that one. Right click, go to the run configuration,
yeah, okay, sir.
open that run configuration. So here you see what is the main class you're giving it. This part, pract1, it was going for it. Remove that one.
Here, sir.
Main class. In the main class, yeah, in the below mains, there is a, yeah, there. You remove that one.
Yeah, yes. This one.
Mm. Remove the completely and then run it. So you need to give that package name. Apply and then close.
Okay.
Run now. Right click and run it. Okay, this is now you have to load the main class with this one. So you need to give that com.keywords is there, right? Package name, the line
Yes.
number 1. Right click.
Yes. Here, sir.
Copy that one, com.keyword.
Okay. Okay.
Completely copy that. Come to this one. Right click.
Run config.
Run configuration. Go to that main and paste that. Run now.
Apply.
Run.
Class.
Right click and then run it. Give the class name as a runner class there. So runner class, run as keywords dot runner class. Oh, F class you have been given, right? F class, sorry, F class.
Yes.
Yeah, this is
Main method. Yeah, for the runner class, we have main methods.
So it will be runner class. Main method in runner class.
you didn't add it for that one. Because it is a multiple, see, usually it will be taken with the class name, file name. So that's where we given. But as it is don't having the thing, we have been added. Okay. See, now this would be a very common error. So you have to be very cautious whether the class is not loaded. Okay. So this is because of these things will be not able to execute and it consumes a lot of time. Now you see it, right? So here what we have done. So we created 3 classes and then we are executing it. Now, if I wanted to execute F means create one particular constructor in the F class. Okay. Okay, I'm in F class.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we have been written there. So now, can I execute F class constructor here?
In this runner class, sir.
Now, if you wanted to run that particular F class constructor, what I need to do?
Extend.
So either I need to create the object for the F class.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. So if not, I can extend the class yes. Okay.
Yep.
Yes class extends the F class. Okay. Now extends that.
Yes.
And now you execute this program.
We have
See,
2 sentences.
now what it was happening it. So when you executed this particular object, means line number 23, first of all, where it was trying to go? It was going for the constructor of S class.
S class first.
Okay, first constructor, line number 11. And from the line number 11, see now, is it the first, is it printing I'm in S class? No,
sir.
it is
Because
going for F class. Means it was going for the F class constructor. Why it is going like this?
Inheritance. It's inheriting the parent class constructor by default.
That is the reason. What it will be happening is here by default we'll be having a method called super. It is an invisible method. Whether you say it or not say it, by default it will execute it. Cut that one and put it into line number 13. So by default, when it comes to execute for the line number 12, which is S class, in the line number after 12 enter and paste it there. See, this is what it will happen. Whether you call it or you don't call it, it will go to the super class. Super class is nothing but it's a parent class. Parent class, in class constructor, it will default go. constructor. It will, by default, it will go to that particular constructor. Now, what means whether you explicitly give this or not. Now, for every constructor, you'll have super. Now, for line number 17, place the same super. Now, line number 5, super. Now, boss, I can understand that as S class extended F class,
Yes.
you have super, so that it go to the F class. Now, in F class, what do you mean by super? Where it will go? Anyone?
Object.
Object. Is it the object?
Excellent answers. So always this particular classes, F class will have the parent class for any of the classes in the Java, it is object class. So it will go for object class constructor. Whether you define this particular super or you don't define this particular super, this will take care of its job. It will never wait for you to define the super. So that is the reason. Now, when you execute this particular program, the line number 27, what it will happen is it will call the parent class. It will call the same S class and its parent class constructor also. This is how it will, by default, it will access that. Now, let me add one more constructor in the parent class. Add one more constructor with parameterized constructor. Same with language. Copy paste it and then just pass that one. Okay. Now come down. If I execute this program, okay, what would be the output? Which constructors would be called?
This one and this one, sir. Both
See,
with the
I'm in.
parameter.
So now I'm in class Java. Means S class. Change that line number 10 to F. Line number 10 to F class. So, what constructors it will be called?
I am in F class only.
I think both with the parameters.
Any other answers?
Both two constructors.
See, both two constructors, what constructors it will be calling? So you mean to say that I'm in class S class language, I'm in F class language. Will it print both?
Yeah, yes.
Or will it print only I'm in F class language? What it will exactly print?
It will print both S class language and F class language. Because we have super.
Others?
I am in F class and I am in S class language.
No, sir, we have to pass the string variable in the child class, S class.
No. Yeah, see, what is my question? If I execute this one, what would be the output? Simple answer.
So it would be like,
I'm in F class
I am in S
without the
class.
language.
Plus, I am in S
No,
class.
I'm
Language and
okay. Do one thing. Print in your
F
chats.
class.
Print in your chats. Just you can say that constructor. Okay, I'm in S class language. I'm in F class language. I'm in F class language. So those statements you can print in your chat. So what are the statements it will print? Okay, let me see this output.
Shall I run it?
Yes, now you can run it. If you see here, this is how this will be printed. Hey, what it happened? Actually speaking, I have been passed the parameter. So now it need to call my parameterized constructor, S class parameterized constructor, and even the S class constructor, right? So why I'm getting that in a different way? See, one thing you need to understand, by default, see, that is what we have been proven it, right? When we executed without parameter, if I called S class, okay, first you call with the S class, the line number 33, without parameter. Execute it now. Now you see it. Without parameter, when I have been executed, first it called that constructor, child class constructor, then it called the parent constructor and the child class constructor. Both constructors has been called here. Have you seen?
Yes.
Now, when I pass the parameter here as Java, so now here it is calling the parent class constructor and child class constructor also, but it is not calling the parameterized constructor of the parent class.
Yes.
Are you seeing this one? So guys,
Yeah,
are you
yes.
understanding it or not? So now what
Yes,
it means, now I wanted to call this particular, especially the parent class parameterized constructor. How I can call that?
I think in the super
Give
we
a
have to.
parameter in
giving
super.
arguments.
So in this particular thing, if you have been given Java, now you execute that. See guys, why I'm asking you is, this is the most confusing things where the interviewer can play around with you. And this is what the debugging round. So now whatever I'm doing it now, so they will ask you same to share the screen, share your Eclipse, and this is how they will ask you to do it. That's the reason wantedly. See now, if I can explain these things in my editor and then show it to you. But this is the way the people will do the debugging round. So they will ask you to debug this. Now the same question they will ask you, boss, I wanted to print the F class constructor. How you will do this? So now this is the way we'll be doing it. What we have done in the super, you pass that particular parameter. So now super always what it will do is it will go for the default constructor. Now as you've given this one as this one, immediately it went to the parent class and then it called that one. So this is what called as the super keyword and accessing the respective constructors. Why we need to worry about the constructors calling? Why we need to worry about the constructor calling?
Class name and the constructor name both are.
That is okay. I'm not asking you what is constructor. I'm asking why it is important to call that respective constructors. See now you understood, right? Now you can call any parent constructor or default constructor, or you have multiple constructors also you can call now. What is the purpose?
To optimize
Why
the
we need to
code,
know
sir.
about this one?
Because without super key, we need to create object for each and every construct.
No. Understand the question. What is the purpose of calling the specific constructors from the parent classes? Okay, accessing of constructors. What is the importance of it? The most important thing on this one is constructors helps us to initialize the variables, and we should know what constructors it need to be executed for us and what are the constructors, because most of the values and the variables declaration, everything would be done in the constructor. Constructors will plays a vital role. All your variables, everything would be declared or initialized in the constructors only in the real-time projects. At that time, you should know which. See, now when I'm calling Pranta, Pranta will respond me. When I'm calling Chandramouli, Chandramouli will be responding me. So when I'm calling Vinod, Vinod will be responding me. So now you need to understand that means when means I should able to call specific constructor, and I should able to execute that particular variables so that I can use that particular variables in my program. The initialization would be happen in the constructors, right? So that's the prominence. So this is what you need to understand. So now you define multiple constructors there. And after creating the multiple constructors, from single constructor, call the other constructors. How we can call that particular constructors. So now you understood, right? So this is how the super keyword would be executed. Okay, this is means guys, I have the meeting at 10 o'clock. I need to jump for that one. Okay, fine. So you play around this one. So create multiple constructors, access that particular constructors, and see on this. I thought of completing this particular super and this also, but however, I'll take up this particular this tomorrow, and then we will be okay. Tomorrow is a Saturday, right? I'll talk about this particular this, and then I'll let you know what to do for tomorrow's session. I'll ping means I'll ask Pina to ping you in the WhatsApp group. Okay, fine. Then let me jump for that. Thank you. Have a great day. See you all. Bye.